Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. So about 20 after 5, 26.4 degrees Celsius, 68% humidity. It is still Monday the 6th, 80.0. There's kind of a nice breeze blowing, so it don't feel too bad. It seems to be getting better outside. And no, my Energizer is not fully charged. This is kind of a part 2 of sorting through the stuff from the truck, the inside of the truck, and kind of going through what's the most valuable to me. I mean, people find parts, and if you need a starter and you got a starter, that makes the starter the most valuable thing to you, right? But to me, I finished off. I'm always seem to be short on these CC bars or, you know, 6-pack holders or wheelie bar or whatever you want to call them. So one came in there, and there's 2 more here. So those are valuable to me. Hubs. I got a couple of 3 bolt hubs, and I got, looks like 4 bolters, and these look like 200X to me. I don't know that, but just off the top of my head, that's what they look like. Hubs are always handy. Let's go through the next most valuable to me, probably in the land of carburetors. It looks like I got a couple of Chinese knockoffs and a complete Kevin carb, and then a bunch of parts. I have a couple of more. See the slide with the needle in it there. I think there's another couple of those. So probably out of this entire pile of carbs, I could probably come up with 5 carbs, I think. I thought I saw enough parts for 5 carbs. You know, foot pegs. They all seem to be the fixed ones, and normally the fixed ones go on the 185s, 125s, 110s. Seat, not in the greatest of shape. You can see the front of it there. Front, a set of front bars. And then a load of bag stuff like this I believe, I don't know, I'd have to explore it a little further. It's obviously something that electric starts. I don't know if it's a 200 ES or a 250 ES. Same with this, I don't know if it's a 200 ES or a 250 ES. And there was one more, I think, down in here. Once again, I'm not sure which one, but I mean, just, you know, little things. Not sure why these are soldered on. That's interesting. Just a lot of, you know, ignition switches, coils, all helpful. And then just going through the bags, like this is a high-low range for a 110, 125. That's an electric starter. For a 200 ES clutch. There's a U-joint for a 200 ES. Another harness with a square box on it. Square box ignition. And I think there was another harness there with a square box ignition, so a couple of those. That's an assortment. You can see there's a shifter, a coil, a cam, you know, not a bad sprocket. Just as you go through each one, I mean, what's that, a clutch? I think you guys can see it. Main gear, another clutch. Told you that was a clutch. Yeah, I mean, the covers that cover the side of the engine, these things, trunk. Gas tank doesn't necessarily fit anything I own currently, but I could probably get it to fit something that I own. A load of handlebars. The handlebars, I'm looking at them and I'm thinking pipe bent in interesting ways to make exhaust systems, or possibly wheelie bars. Oh, I got a couple of tow hitches. There's 2 of them here. Just once again, a whole assortment of stuff I use. A couple of dashboards, 200 ES, probably a 200 S. So yeah, this is all of it. And once again, start adding them up. Your carburetors at $20 each, right? You get 4 or 5 carburetors out of the deal. Oh, $100. Engines. It's hard to get an engine shipped to the house in unknown condition for under $100. 1, 2, 3, right? Sissy bars. I mean, I don't know. Put a number on them, multiply it by 2. Exhaust pipes, put a number on it, multiply it by 2. If you need an electric starter for 200 ES, what does that number come to be? All this stuff, you just keep adding it up. If you're a crazy hoarder or somebody who puts bikes together, I mean, heck, even a seat that's really not in the greatest of shape, still has value. And you just keep adding and adding and adding. A lot of times stuff like this, I'm probably never going to use it for what it was originally intended for. But sometimes, given that bend, or the way those screw holes are, or the way this mustache is, a lot of this stuff could be just handy for another project in the future. From a rack point of view, right? I showed you that one with the bar on it, but I mean this whole flock of racks. Tires. I tried to stick with stuff like this guy and this guy match. This guy doesn't match anything, but it's a 9-inch. I think this was a 9-inch also. This one and that one match, so that and the bottom. Anyway, I tried to stick with tires that I would find useful. I have a tendency to bring home tires and then they're in the way forever and ever and ever. Okay, that more or less concludes the whole Stony deal. Quite the deal, eh? Yeah, I brought in a lot of stuff. Got a lot of sorting and putting stuff away, and one of the reasons why I wanted to go through it is so that in my own mind I can kind of fix what I have in my mind and know, so I could stop buying stuff. Dumb little things like if I decide I want to put a sissy bar on this thing or a rack on the back of this thing, I know with that pile of racks I have that I got to look them over before I make a decision. Do I have something that already fits that I can just slam on it? Do I have something that could adapt easy that'll go on it? Or, does it really pay given the time and effort that I should consider an eBay option? The racks that actually the guy sold it, there was it attached to the sissy bar or pull bar or lift bar, whatever you want to call it, and there was actually a good sized square rack that was on the bottom of this. He sold it separately. I think he got $75 for it. So obviously I didn't get it, but just to give you an idea. Plastic's coming for this thing probably over the weekend, so there's another project I'd like to finish up and and have ready to go to where, you know, either move to my son's or just become worth owning here. Anyway, I guess this should wrap up today. I'm getting tired. So, folks, I want to thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing and parental guidance. My parental guidance needs batteries. That was easy. Here you go. Here, let's go with parental guidance on this. There you go. Fuck you, fucking jerk. So, it can curse for me. I don't need to use profanity. I'll let the electronics handle it. Guys, keep your heads up. Keep your feet down. Remember to enjoy all your days. Thanks for watching and commenting, subscribing. Bye now.